Piu could never forget the first time he saw a white person. He thought of that time as when we were still wild. He was perhaps 6 years old, accompanying his father on a trip to an uncle's village. In those days, footpaths were marked only by the occasional broken twig or twisted leaf. Already, Piu knew how to tread lightly with bare feet. Left to roam unsupervised, he'd learned about the inch-long bullet ants that hauled nectar down from the treetops, whose sting could leave you writhing in pain for a whole day. One kind of wasp made its nest close to the ground under banana leaves. Another attacked from above by swarming into your hair. You also had to watch out for poisonous caterpillars, pit vipers that curled around low-hanging branches, electric thunderfish and 20-foot anacondas lurking in waterways. Jaguars mostly avoided adults but would eagerly pounce on a child. The forest's very architecture was a risk, as old trees, some wider than a person is tall, with wing-like buttress roots that offered perfect hiding places, occasionally keeled over. Of course, the forest also provided sustenance. Journeys to other villages were never just about reaching your destination. If Piu and his father spotted a beehive, they'd stop to knock it down and shovel honey into their mouths with rolled-up leaves. Each variety of bee made honey with a distinct flavor, one citrusy, another licorice-like. They would also stop to gather fruits scarcely known outside the Amazon: Dedena, Madea, Ingá, Oicap, Bishama, as well as cacao, so sweet on its own that the Cinta Larga never thought to turn it into chocolate. There were also the berries that stained your hands purple, which outsiders knew as acai, peach palm with its soft edible pulp, and pasap, a tree whose green fronds could be woven into backpacks. Not to mention pasap's little coconuts with larvae burrowed inside, which also tasted of coconut. Even in the dry season, hydration could be found in a thick woody vine that released fresh water like a faucet when sliced open. Like every Cinta Larga boy, Piu carried a child-sized bow and practiced shooting lizards and little birds with featherless arrows. He dreamed of becoming a great hunter like his father, Mankalu, but he was small even for his age. Full-size bows were 6.5 feet tall, taller than Mankalu himself, and you needed muscles like his to pull the string taut. Most of all, though, you needed skill. To take down a wild pig, you had to know exactly where to strike, under its left foreleg, piercing the heart, before the whole pack of fast-moving beasts, with their long, sharp incisors, could charge you. Even a monkey could be dangerous. If your first shot didn't kill it outright, the monkey might pull the arrow from its own body and throw it back at you like a spear. Men died this way. Your bow had to feel like an extension of your body. Mankalu once took down a black panther. Had he missed, he wouldn't have lived to hunt again. A hunter's skills went beyond archery. When you needed the element of surprise, you'd construct a kind of miniature house in the forest to become invisible to your prey. To bait a hawk, you could hang a dead snake from a vine. You also had to identify footprints in the muck of the forest floor, to single out the voice of your quarry amid the bird chatter, to whistle and wail in perfect imitation of its call. The more you could embody your prey, the better you were at hunting it.